like you stayed with family, you stayed in a Sobe, which is a private apartment, you stayed in hotels. All three of those accommodations worked out fairly well for you.
Yes.
Yes. And I think finding those accommodations, we possibly could have found them without our interpreter by using Lonely Planet, but maybe not in the Lika area, because it's not an area that a lot of tourists go to. It's kind of the interior. It's an agricultural area that it's beautiful, even though we were there in the wintertime. The countryside is really amazing.
And the accommodations, were they comfortable that you found?
They were great, and I think partly because we were there during the off season, we didn't need to make any arrangements ahead of time. It was no problem finding a place to stay.
We stayed at a Sobe, which is an apartment, or ours happened to be a little guest house behind a place, and that was great. We just rented it for the whole week. It was an easy way to go.
And most Americans, I'm going to interrupt you for a second,
Yeah.
most Americans don't really think about that. They use
That's
a
right.
hotel. So it really is the way to go when you're in Croatia. It's the best way to go.
Best way to go. Hotels, actually, especially on the Dalmatian coast, they are there in the cities. They're very expensive. You're not going to find a deal necessarily, particularly at the height of the season. Even at the cusp, there's no deal. Sobeys are absolutely the way to go, and there are so many of them, and the ethic of care around tourism and just that, it's like a general welcomeness to anybody who's there. So it's so easy to do a Sobe, and very, very reasonable. We essentially, up in Zadar, we stayed in a Sobe for a full week. I think it was 7 days, 6 nights, for the same price as about a night in one of the hotels there.
Right.
Truly.
Yeah.
I mean, 7 days
And the
compared to one night.
room you have and
Oh.
the flexibility.
We had
of
2
cooking.
bedrooms,
Yeah.
a kitchen, a living space, and our own little front area with a swing outside, and I mean,
Yeah, you can't beat it.
way better than a hotel.
Yeah.
So in this time, I had the great good fortune actually to stay in my friend Anne Marie's apartment on the island of Hvar. But it would be the similar idea. Essentially, whether it's an apartment or a little guest house in the back, they all are considered Sobeys.